स्क्रीन शेयर हो रहा है? सम कॉमन कार्गो हैजार्ड्स?
यस सर।
हाँ, तो अब जो है सेशन 5 का दूसरा टॉपिक है व्हाट आर द कॉमन कार्गो हैजार्ड्स आर देयर। तो इसमें आपको मेंशन किया हुआ है कार्गो शिफ्ट है, कार्गो फॉलिंग फ्रॉम द हाइट है, डस्ट फ्रॉम द वर्किंग कार्गो, कार्गो लिक्विफिकेशन, structural damage, oxygen depletion, corrosion, contamination, and the fire. These are the common cargo hazards. फिर अगेन ये आपको रिपीट किया गया है, वही मेंटेनेंस इशू है. देन द कार्गो डैमेज इज देयर, डैमेज इन द ट्रांजिट, डैमेज इन द हैंडलिंग, डैमेज फ्रॉम द chafing, damage from the crushing, damage from the contamination, damage by the moisture, damage from the shifting. These are the common cargo hazards. These are the common cargo hazards. The marine industry is an essential link in the international trade. Marine industry is an essential link in the international trade. Without the marine industry, international trade cannot be never be think. With ocean-going vessels representing the most efficient of the only method of the transporting large volume of the basic commodity. When you think of the transporting of the large volume of the basic commodity of the finished product, then the only option is the marine industry. Bulk carriers play a major role in the global economy. The cost carried by the logistics, as I have already discussed, is too much. In the case of the global economy, when you are thinking about the shipment of the goods from the one country to the another country, then only the bulk carriers are there, marine industries are there. Hence, the demands for the shipping carriers and the cargo carriers are more in the European country. And the dry bulk cargoes cover a wide range of the products, most commonly handled by the dry bulk material are the coal, cement, grain, sulfur, fertilizer, iron ore, and the sugar. These are the common bulk material for the marine industry. From the one country to another country, it is for the global economy, it is the only viable solution. These products are generally not packaged separately, but transported in the large quantity in the hold of a ship. Many dry bulk cargoes are also classified as the dangerous goods, requiring special attention during the loading, transportation, and discharging. The carriage of the solid bulk cargo poses potential hazards and thus require efficient and safe storage and the shipment. Hence, these hazards are mentioned here. What are the common hazards of the bulk cargo on the board ships are mentioned here. Cargo shift. Number one is the cargo shift. Cargo shift has always remained as one of the greatest danger on bulk carriers. The problem is greater for the ship carrying grain cargo. Grain settles by about 2% of its volume. Because of this settling, small void spaces exist on the top of the grain surfaces. These void spaces permit to the grain to the shift. The free-flowing characteristics of the grain reduces the stability of any of the ship carrying it. Trimming is undertaken to reduce the danger of the cargo shifting. Rolling can also be couch shifting of cargo from one side to the other and reduce her positive stability, resulting in the vessel to capsize. Hence, the cargo shift is happening generally when the grains are carried out in the cargo. They are shifted, having the void spaces shifted from the stability. Due to the stability, cargo shift is there. When the grains are carried out, then the cargo shift is there. Cargo falling from the height. Cargoes like iron ore, quartz, and steel scraps are high density cargo. There is a possibility of the cargo falling from height during the cargo operation. If you are carrying the iron ore, quartz, and steel scraps, then this case will be happen. Cargo may either fall from the conveyor belt of the ship loader or from the discharging grave on the deck of the ship. People working on the deck can get injured badly if hit by the sigil lumps of the bulk cargo. It can be as bad as death. Cargo operation should always be monitored by the responsible officers, and care should be taken that no unwanted personnel are present on the working area of the deck. Number third, dust from the working cargo. Dust is one of the most common hazards in the bulk carriers. Many bulk cargoes are dusty by nature. Dust particles are small enough to be the inhaled, and if inhaled cargo have disastrous effects on the health. Anyone working on the deck can be exposed to the high levels of the dust. Dust can cause sneezing and irritation of the eye. Where possible, it is always best to avoid exposure to cargo dust. However, if exposure cannot be avoided, protective face mask should be used. For handling of the dust, protective face masks should be used, and those involved in the cargo operation and need to be present on the deck when a dusty cargo is being loaded or discharged. Dust is one of the problem of the common cargo hazards. When using any of this type of the materials with having the dust in the cargo, then the dust is one of the common hazards for there. Cargo liquefaction. Liquefaction is a phenomena in which solid bulk cargo is abruptly transferred from a solid dry state to the almost fluid state. Many common bulk cargoes such as iron ore, fines, nickel ore, and various mineral concentrates are examples of a mineral that may liquefy. Hence, the liquefaction occurs as a result of the compaction of the cargo. When you compact these nickel ore, iron ore fines, they become liquefied, which results from the engine vibration, ship's motion, or rolling or wave impact. If the compaction is there due to the engine vibration, ship motion, and rolling, and the wave impact, then the cargoes get compacted, and the liquefaction of these material of the nickel ore and the iron ore fines have been taken place. This is the cargo liquefaction. Liquefaction results in a flow state to develop. This permits the cargo to slide and shift in one direction, thus creating free surface defect and thereby reducing the stability of the ship. Liquefaction is the liquid material get in the flow state and moves here and there, which gives reducing the stability of the ship. Shipper's declaration should be thoroughly examined by the chief officer before loading any bulk cargo. He must take sure that the moisture content of the cargo is to be loaded should not exceed the transportable moisture to avoid liquefaction during the voyage. To avoid the liquefaction. This is the cargo liquefaction. Number 5, structural damage is there. Heavy cargo place high loads on the structure, and a structure failure is therefore probable. High density cargo occupy a small area for the large bed, that is a low storage factor. It is therefore important that the tank top of sufficient strength to carry heavy cargo like iron ore, nickel ore, and bauxite. The low density of the tank top should never be exceeded. Tank top strength is provided in the ship's stability booklet. Exceeding the maximum permissible cargo load any of the loads of the ship will be overstressing of a local structure. Overloading will induce greater stresses in the double bottom, transverse bulkheads, hatch coamings, hatch covers, mainframes, and associated brackets of the individual cargo loads. Then number 6, oxygen depletion. Sea transportation of the bulk cargoes of an organic nature, such as a wood, paper pulp, and agricultural product, may result in the rapid and severe oxygen depletion. Wood, paper pulp, and agricultural products. These are the severe oxygen depletion and formation of the carbon dioxide. Thus, apparently harmless cargo may create potentially life-threatening condition. The cargo holds and the communicating space in the bulk carriers are examples of the confined spaces where such toxic atmosphere may develop. Several fatal accidents can occur when people enter unventilated spaces. Oxygen depleting taking place if the coal is there, direct reduced iron is there, sponge iron is there, sulfide concentrates is there, ammonium nitrate based fertilizers are there, linted cotton seeds is there. These are the oxygen depletion material. When these are put in the sea transportation, these depletes the oxygen. Various gaseous products are formed, including carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, and hydrocarbon. Entry of the personnel into closed spaces should be permitted. Emergency entry may be undertaken with some cargo also use of oxygen within the cargo spaces. These are the oxygen depletions are there. Then corrosion. Some cargoes like coal and sulfur can cause severe damage to the corrosion. Coal and sulfur, these are the severe damage to the corrosion. Cargoes of the sulfur in bulk are normally subjected to the exposed storage and are thus subjected to the inclement weather. When sulfur is loaded, any retained free water filters to the bottom of the hold during the voyage. This leads to the release of the sulfuric acid, resulting in the corrosion of the ship's holds. Pond coal, which is reclaimed after having, this type of the coal may be liable to react with the water and produce acid, which may corrode parts of the ship. Number 8, contamination. Preparation of the cargo holds for the next intended carriage is a critical element of the bulk carrier operation. A lack of the proper preparation can lead to the claims related to the cargo quality, such as a contamination, water ingresses, or the cargo losses. Residues and dust previous cargo can contaminate the presently loaded bulk cargo and can cause cargo stains are not acceptable. Cement, when contaminated by residue of the previous cargo, reduces the binding capacity. Cement, these type of the materials, when carried out, then contamination have been taken place. Unrefined sugar, if stored near above dry, refined sugar, drying syrup, water ingresses may result from the leaking hatch covers. Leaking manhole lids of the inadequate monitoring. Cargoes like salt can absorb moisture, hence the contamination happens. These are the reasons for the contamination. Number 9 is the fire. Bulk cargoes are deemed to present a great deal of the fire hazard. Many bulk cargoes have a tendency to heat due to the oxidation process taking place during the voyage. Common cargoes like coal, sulfur, cotton, fish meal are liable to spontaneous heating. Coal also emits methane, which is a flammable gas during the voyage. When mixed with air, it can form an explosive mixture. Dust created by the certain cargo may constitute an explosion hazard. Sulfur dust can readily ignite, causing an explosion. Fire precautions should be strictly observed on the bulk carriers. The ship as carrier is obliged to care for the cargo in expert manner to ensure it is discharged in the same state in which it is loaded. Working on the water in any capacity can bring with a number of risks and hazard. Risk, the zones act as a design to help prevent and mitigate. But no matter how many legal precautions may be in place, accident can still happen while working on the sea, and cargo ships are a common source of these accidents. These are the common cargo hazards. Again, cargo ships we have already discussed. These are the most of the dangerous. When grains, food products, even the raw construction materials are used, then the shift is taken place. Falling cargo, when the heavy weights are used, crane loading the cargo during the transit, then the turbulent sea. This one probably sounds a little obvious, but while turbulence can affect any vessel in the navigation, it presents a special challenge and hazards to cargo ships. Fierce currents, violent storms, and strange changes in the ocean topography can take any vessel in the navigation unstable. These are the hazards for the cargo. Turbulent sea. And if you combine these circumstances with the other risks present on cargo ships, you have got a recipe for trouble. Proper safety steps are not taken. Maintenance issue. Boats have a number of the maintenance steps that need to be taken in the general, and cargo ships are no exception. The nature of the goods that cargo ships can carry, chemicals, raw material, food products can cause increased structural issue. Residue from the previous cargo or chemical can cause corrosion and chemical hazards with crucial systems on the boat like bilge systems and the plumbing. Preventive measures need to be in the place to ensure the vessel is in top shape to ensure their cargo. Cargo damages. Cargo handlers must know how to prevent cargo damage and what measures to take if they are encounter cargo already damaged. Damage may occur in transit and in handling or chafing or crushing, contamination, moisture or shifting. These are the types of the damage that may occur in the cargo. During the transit, during the handling, from chafing, crushing, contamination, moisture or shifting. Damage in the transit. Frequently, cargo is damaged in transit before it arrives at the piers. Cargo handlers should inspect the cargo carefully as it arrives. If personnel have any doubt about a package being damaged internally, they should annotate documents accordingly place them. If during loading operations, cargo handlers find packages with insufficient packaging or packages that show signs of wear and tear or attempted pilferage, cargo handlers should never repackage security cargo until the security officer has made an investigation and has been permission. Damage in the handling. Damage in the handling is caused chiefly by the exposure to the inclement weather conditions, careless, and the use of the improper gear. Use of the improper gear will cause the damage in the handling. Hence, the safe practices about the lifting gears have been already discussed. To protect cargo from the weather, personnel should cover hatch opening and hatch tents. The tents will also provide protection for the crew working in the hatch. However, it is unless for personnel to protect the hatch and the cargo if they allow cargo to remain on there. Unsuitable or badly adjusted slings may dislocate or break packages. These are the cargo handlers are there. Then damage by the chafing. Chafing is the wear of the cargo caused by friction against other objectives. Chafing usually results from the improper choking, blocking or brushing of the cargo. These are the then damage from the crashing. Crushed cases and contaminations usually are the result of the careless in the slinging, improper dunnaging, pressure about the stowing heavy cargo on top of the fragile cargo. Proper stowage, shoring, choking up help reduce the damage to cargo from the crushing. Study of the packaging have resulted in the reinforcement and general improvement of the packages. Damage from the contamination. In planning the loading of the ship, personnel should give careful consideration resulting cargo to avoid the contamination damage. Damage from the moisture. Damage caused by moisture is called the soot damage. Condensed moisture may corrode metal and mildew textiles. These are the cargo hazards which were taking place.